What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to cover 14 things about the FRS 86 or BRZ that you should know before buying a used one. Coming right up. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and refer to them as either the twins or the 86. Those are terms used within the 86 community to refer to the platform as a whole. First thing, the back seats. So a lot of people say that the back seats are useless. Now, I wouldn't say that they're useless. First of all, this car is considered what's called a 2+2, so the back seats are very small, but they're not useless. They can be used. If you regularly transport more than one person at a time, then the back seats are definitely something you want to consider before buying this car, because you want to transport somebody regularly in the back seat. It's just not as comfortable as you would be getting from a bigger car. But can it be done? Yes, it can be done. I probably wouldn't put a really tall person or a really big person in the back, but I have put people back there and transported them. I really don't care personally about the space in the back seat because I don't regularly transport more than just one person. The few times that I do, they just have to live with it, because I'm not going to make my car choice based on passengers that are rarely going to drive the car. So the second thing is, you may have heard the car is slow. Now the quarter mile for this car is about 15 seconds flat, so I wouldn't call that slow. I would say it's definitely not fast, especially in today's standards. Most of the cars that you actually care about beating in a quarter mile race, you know, think your Mustangs, your Camaros, even it struggles against Miata, which runs about a very similar quarter mile, it may struggle. It's not slow. People say, oh, this car's going to get beat by a Camry or your minivans. There's no Camry or minivans that are going to beat this car. If you're getting beat, first of all, you shouldn't be racing on the street a Camry or a minivan. That's just stupid. But if that car is actually going to beat you, you're just not revving the car high enough. This car is meant to be wound up really high and revved really high to get its actual speed. But is it fast? No, it's definitely not fast. A 15-second quarter mile is not fast by today's standards. But it's definitely not slow. You don't need a screamer of a car to have fun with it. This car is meant for your occasional track day, autocross, canyon roads. If you're not driving the car in those types of situations, you're probably not getting its full potential. A higher percentage of the used 86s will be modded. That's just the nature of this platform. Now, I'm not saying it's a lot, like every single one you're going to see. It's not going to be every single one is modded, but more 86s out of the total platform are going to be modded than your typical car. So just keep that in mind when you're buying a used 86, that you're looking for vehicles that have been modified. If you're getting this car, you're probably thinking about modifying it anyway, but personally I like to start with a clean slate. As far as a car, if I'm going to be modifying it, I want to start with a clean slate. Crickets or ticking noise. This car is known to have a cricket sound or a ticking noise underneath the hood. That is actually the high pressure fuel system, so that's normal for this platform. If you're not sure how to tell the difference between an engine ticking noise and the high pressure fuel system ticking noise, probably bring somebody with you when you go to look at the car. But again, it's normal for this platform to have that cricket noise. If you have an iPhone, only certain BRZs come with Apple CarPlay. None of the 86s or FRSs come with Apple CarPlay. The car takes 93, so just keep that in mind if fuel costs are a concern for you. You may kind of hear it right now. If you don't, watch some of my older videos, but the car inside is really loud, and not loud because I just have the exhaust on my car, but louder in general. There's more road noise, there's less sound deadening in this car, so you're going to hear a lot more of the road when you're driving. So it's not going to be quiet like a Lexus or any type of luxury type of car. Just keep that in mind. It's going to be louder. The throwout bearing is known to squeak, so just keep that in mind. If you're getting this car, you may have to replace the throwout bearing at some point. There is an updated part for it and the TSB, so if you are within warranty, go ahead and let the dealership know, and they should be able to replace it with that updated part. Or if you're out of warranty, go ahead and pick that up at the parts counter at the dealership. This car is very bare bones, especially if you get a pre-facelift or pre-2017. There's not going to be anything as far as steering wheel controls. If you you don't get a special edition, there's not going to be any push start or any automatic climate control. It's going to be basically all manual. I would avoid getting a 2013 model year because there's currently a recall on the engine valve springs. Or if you do decide to get a 2013, make sure you get one that has had the recall completed and has been driven enough after getting the recall done to know that there's no issues afterwards. If you're not looking to go turbo or supercharger and looking to stay NA, natural gas rated, this car doesn't have as much support as, say, a Honda. There's plenty of headers, catbacks, intakes, stuff like that. There's OFT, there's ExtremeContact. There's a lot of support for that, but it's just not as much support as a B Series or K Series Honda. A lot of people with a K20 are breaking 300 real horsepower all motor, so you're not going to get that on the FA20, at least not yet. So the FRS 86 and BRZ are all part of the same platform, and they're basically identical as far as powertrain if you're looking at the same exact model year, 17 BRZ versus the 1786, for example. Forgot to mention number 13 here, maintenance. Maintenance on the FRS is very easy to do. For the oil changes, the oil filter is right on top of the engine, so it's very easy to access. And the drain plug isn't underneath any covers, so it's very easy to get to the drain plug as well. Now, a couple things here. If this is your first rear-wheel drive car, the differential fluid is separate from the transmission fluid. So if you came from a front-wheel drive car, typically the differential and the transmission are in one assembly, so there's only one fluid to change. On this, there's a separate differential fluid for that, so it's going to cost slightly more on this car to replace the fluids. Since this is a boxer engine, it's also going to be a lot harder to replace the spark plugs because since the cylinders are laid on its side, the spark plugs are actually up against the sides of the engine bay. All this really means as far as changing out the spark plugs is it's just going to take a little bit longer to do, or if you're going to have someone else do it, it's going to cost a little bit more money. Now lastly, if you're considering other cars besides the 86, I will challenge you to find something that is more fun to drive. Whew, that was exciting though, just spinning out was crazy. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys want more 86 content, go ahead and hit subscribe down below and hit the bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.